Hey guys, it's Red Eye Gaijin here, coming to you from, the late afternoon. And, today I just have a bit of a very, very specific little thought that came to my mind. And that's about, Oyaji Gyagu. So, I guess that can be translated as old men jokes and Gaijin and foreigners and a bit of the psychology around the use of Oyaji Gyagu and the positioning of Gaijin and some of the corners they get pushed into just in relation to using this in their conversations. So I guess to start off, you could sort of think of Oyaji Gyagu as one of the lowest forms of humor, although some of the play on language can be quite clever. And to be honest, it's quite a fun thing to do, especially when you're sort of learning Japanese, to remember certain plays on words and whip them out in social interactions, and also to even come up with some of your own, and I guess they're basically corny jokes, cheesy, corny jokes, but they can be funny. And I think what I found was when I was sort of getting to a point where I could hold basic conversations, to sort of add, what I thought I was doing in adding Oyaji gags was displaying a further depth to my understanding of the language, and being funny at the same time. So it was almost like, and I think there's a perception by some foreigners when they're learning the language that to throw in jokes or these Oyaji Gyagu basically shows a deeper understanding of the language, and I think to an extent it's true, but I think there's also a trap there that because it can be fun and you might be lucky enough to get a giggle once or twice. Generally, it's not cool to do these kind of jokes in most situations. It's not considered a cool thing to pop out Oyaji Gyagu throughout your conversations. So my advice on it would be enjoy it, but choose your battles. So don't bring it out to everyone. Don't try and use it all the time, even if you're coming up with your own Oyaji Gyagu all the time, because it basically is not appreciated, and even the really good ones, really clever sort of plays on words that you might have spent a while thinking about, and they make sense and they actually are funny, they won't be appreciated for what they are, and it's actually more than likely that it's not funny, but because you know that you're using a language that's not your mother tongue, everything will seem a little funnier to you than it really is. Anyway, I think I'm I'm guilty of that in the past. So I'm not sort of just pointing fingers. I think I did sort of overuse that kind of thing. And the same thing was with metaphors and proverbs and Kotowaza. So little phrases which you could sort of be led to believe that sprinkling your conversations with Kotowaza makes you sound more sophisticated and allows you to come across as wise. But I think I think it is healthy to be able to draw upon a Kotowaza or two, but I wouldn't sort of stress the fact that you're using Kotowaza in your conversations. Don't make it the main point. Because I think in general, along with doing the same with Oyaji Gyagu, it just makes you come across a little bit as a tryhard, and to some point it just points toward the fact that your using of the Japanese language is a novelty. Anyway, I'm trying to give this information as advice, so that you can, I guess, speak a little more naturally, and a little more like you're actually there to engage in conversation rather than to show off. And I think that will work for you more effectively overall in terms of having meaningful conversations. Anyway, let me know what you think, and I hope this was helpful. If it was, like the video and subscribe. I'm after subscribers, guys. I don't have that many. Okay, see ya. Red Eye Gaijin.